Well, hello there and welcome. My name is Mark Delaney. I want to read an email I got from someone who at the time was a potential client. Mark, I have spent enough money on books and videos to assist with any area of weakness I may have. I am my own worst enemy. Then she goes on to say, that said, I am in a tight financial situation and cannot afford to pay out money for something when I already have the tools, if I only use them. And then she concludes with, you do what I need to do. Mark, you make contacts and you follow up. I need to start doing that immediately. If you're watching me today because you are a marketer and you can relate to Beth's sentiments, in other words, you've taken all the training programs you thought you would need to take, yet you struggle financially, and the primary reason you struggle as a marketer is because you know what you're supposed to be doing, but you don't do it, have I got a video for you. Now, I'm the founder of a company called Champions University, and we do a lot to help people in struggle. In fact, we found the cure for the common struggle. And in this video, we apply it specifically to marketers and specifically to explain why so many people like Beth have spent good money on books, training programs, coaching, you name it, and yet it fails them every time. So if you will bear with me, I wish that I could give you a 2 to 3 minute video that explains why training has failed you and what you can do about it. But if you will give me about 30 minutes of your life, here's what I'm gonna do for you. In this video, right here, I will explain why previous training programs, books, coaching programs have failed you. They have failed you. I will explain why you struggle like Beth as a marketer. And I define struggle as you know what you want. You know what to do to get what you want, but like Beth, you recognize other people are doing it, but you aren't doing it. And finally, I'm going to show you how to eliminate the real reasons you struggle so you will perform better as a marketer. You will get better results from your marketing. And finally, you will make more money as a marketer. Listen, if you struggle as a marketer and you want a cure for your struggle, give me a few more minutes. I got to go and erase this board. I'm going to come back with a brand new board with some more information, and I'm going to explain to you why so many training programs have failed you in the past. So stick around. I'll be right back. So I'm glad you could wait that 10 seconds. I got a new board, going to share some great information with you about the training industry. But I got a question for you. How many training programs have you taken? How many books have you read? How many coaching programs have you taken? How many home study programs and DVDs and CDs and internet videos have you watched where the goal was to learn how to be a better marketer, how to better manage your money, how to better take care of your health and fitness, how to do whatever it was? How many of those programs have you taken? I want you to multiply that by everyone in the country who's done the same thing, taken the same programs. Think of all the conference rooms and convention centers you sat in, surrounded by thousands of people who learned the same stuff you learned. If all of us had taken what we learned in training programs, books, stuff like that, and we actually were able to use it and apply it to our lives, you, me, and everyone else would be rich, slim, in love, and living a great life. But we know that's not true. And so in January of 2014, I, knowing no one, being of no consequence to anyone, woke up and decided I was going to revolutionize the training industry. Because I recognized through my nearly 30 years of research that the training industry has failed the average person who spends good money and good time to take a training program. And I'm going to explain to you right now the 5 primary ways the training industry fails us. Some of it is on purpose. See, the first way is that these people are not really trainers. Do you know what they are? They are entertainers designed to make us feel good. They will have us floating out of the room on air, believing we can conquer the world. They make us laugh, they make us cry, they make us laugh again. But when we leave, oh man, do we feel different. Secondly, they are superstar performers who often in a different legal and economical climate did something spectacular. I mean, they went out and they really kicked butt. And oftentimes the conditions that existed when they did what they did no longer exist. We couldn't duplicate their success if we wanted to. Now, when we get to a number 3, I believe it is, I'm going to explain even further why the superstar performer doesn't make a good trainer. But I just want you to understand that. The third is the famous person. They're not really a trainer. They're a person with a famous name, and we want to hear their story and learn their leadership skills and learn from them because they are so famous. But you know what they all are? They are really salespeople. And their purpose is to get us into a room. And the number 2, their goal, the reason that most training has failed us, because their goal is to make us feel better, but really is to get us to buy more stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a marketer. I sell stuff. Who knows? I might even make you an offer when this video is over. But my purpose is to inform you about why you struggle and why training programs don't help. So you will learn from me. And in the end, if you want to buy more, that's fine. That's different than setting out with no other purpose but to make you feel good, make you feel something so you can buy from me. And that's what I argue many trainers do. The third reason that trainings fail you is because many people stand before you and go, ho, 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 I'm a good old boy from Kentucky or the mountains of West Virginia, and if a country folk like me can do it, so can you. I made $1 million in 2 weeks, so can you. Just do what I do. If I did it, so can you, and that is absolute BS. There is no evidence in the history of mankind that just because one person did something, everybody else can do it also. If so, we'd all just be president. We'd all win the Super Bowl. We'd all play for the NFL, the NBA, or whatever. Hey, let me ask you this question. Ladies, I want you to think about this. I want to show you a picture of a guy. See that guy right there? He has gone out on a date with a friend of yours, and he did everything like a gentleman is supposed to do it. He made her feel very special when the date was over. But you know what? He's got a friend, and he's taught his friend how to do everything that he did to the woman he took out on a date with. And now he wants to double date with you, and this is his friend. Do you think he could duplicate what he does? I would argue with you that when we sit in an audience and we watch someone who's done something special and they say, I did it, you can do it also, I think they know that you can't do it in most cases. And sometimes it's not just because of talent and ability. Sometimes the laws have changed. Sometimes the economic climate has changed. That person has specialized knowledge, specialized skill, facial expressions, personality that we often don't have. I wish that I could be like other speakers and trainers, but I can't, not naturally. So I could spend my life pretending to be like them, or I could be who I really am. And this is who I really am. And until someone can help you be successful being who you really are, you never will be successful. So I want to bust the myth that because somebody else did it, we can do it also. I've told you we've done a lot of studying of successful people. We specialize in studying athletes and entertainers. And I am a big fan of golfing, football, Serena Williams, and basketball. But if LeBron James spent a month with me and taught me everything he does, could I be as successful as him? If Serena Williams taught me everything she does to prepare for a tennis match, could I ever be as successful a tennis player as her, even against women? If the #1 golfer in the world, or better yet, Tiger Woods taught me about golf, if any football player you get the idea, right? Just because somebody else did something, it never means we can do it. Number 4, what to do. I learned that this is a marketing strategy, that someone will tell you specifically what to do and send you out in the world to figure out how to do it. See, all my life I've heard think positive, control your self-talk, and everything will go well. Think and grow rich, and you will grow rich. But you know, those are all what to do's. So I tried to do those things. But you know what? I didn't know how to do them. And I spent my life thinking there's something wrong with me. So I've learned now what to do. And I also learned how to think positive, how to control the voice in my head. And so all of my clients come to me to learn not to think positive, but specifically how to think positive. And not to think positive in a room when they're watching a video with no consequences, but how to think positive when they feel fear about approaching a new prospect. When they feel like the presentation isn't going well, how do they turn it around and rescue what they're doing so they think positive and get back in control? And all marketers seem to fear, many marketers seem to fear asking for exactly what they want. That's when you need to think positive. And when I work with someone, I teach them not to think positive, I teach them 15 different ways to control the voice in their head so they think positive. So I'm not here to teach someone what to do. I'm here to teach them how to do it successfully. And you will see a big difference in your results when you not only know what to do, but you know how to do it. Every marketer will tell us we need to talk to more people. And you know what? That's right. That's a what to do. I teach my clients how to mentally prepare themselves so they wake up in the morning ready to go out and make more contacts. I teach them how to emotionally react so that when something goes wrong, when someone is negative, when they get rejected, they're not affected by that. They still talk to more people. But the fourth way that the training industry has failed us is by telling us what to do and leaving us on our own to figure out how do we do this thing. The fifth, and perhaps the biggest reason that most training programs fail us is because it really doesn't address the real reason that we struggle. And I'll go back to Beth and her email. Beth said, Mark, you do what I need to do. You make phone calls and you follow up until you get the answer you want. I need to do that immediately. I'm here to tell you that traditionally there are 3 types of training, and I'm going to introduce you to a 4th type. The 3 types of training are goal setting programs, as if we need an hour program to teach us how to say we want to make more money. And I know there's more to it than that, but ultimately we know what we want, don't we? We don't need a program to teach us how to say it and how to state it and all that stuff. It's what we do after we set the goal that matters. There's motivation. There are people who believe you and I don't make enough money because we don't want it bad enough. And they say stuff like that amongst themselves. They just don't want it bad enough. BS. We want it, or else we wouldn't be doing what we're doing, right? And then there's skills training. And I would ask this question. If you are a marketer and you've been taught skills in the past, what good is a new skill if you're not using the skills you already have? So I want to introduce you to something, my way of revolutionizing the training industry, and it's called capability training. And I want you to bear with me for another 10 seconds because I got to erase the board. I'm going to put some new information up there about why you really struggle and the only solution that will fix why you struggle. So I'm going to explain to you exactly what capability training is. But before I do that, I want to justify why capability training is more significant in the life of a struggling marketer than skills training, motivational training, and goal setting training. Are you ready? I've spent nearly 30 years studying the successful, comparing them with those who struggle. And out of my research, I wanted to answer one basic question to get me started. If you take a look at all the differences between the successful and those who struggle, what is the one thing that really separates the successful from the unsuccessful? And that is right there on the board, number one. The masses of people, you, myself, family, friends, average marketers, the masses, they know what to do. They have taken the training programs, they've read the books, they've watched other people do it. They know what to do. That's what Beth said. Mark, you do what I need to do. You make contact, you follow up. I need to start doing that immediately. Beth knew what to do, but the reason Beth is now my client is because I did what I know. The successful people, whether they be in sports, entertainment, or marketing, they simply know what to do. And so if you picture two people, masses of us sit in training programs. We look at and listen to the entertainers, the superstars, the famous person. We listen even to the way the salesperson sells us stuff. And we go, wow, that's great. And we take notes. And we now know something else that we should be doing. But there's a part of the population, less than 10%, who will sit in that same training class. They will take probably fewer notes. They will go to bed with a plan, and they will get up in the morning and they will go out and do it. That is the difference between success and struggle. And so my goal as a trainer is not to teach someone else something else that they know to do. It is to give them the tools and the skills to do what they already know how to do. Because from there, they can be more successful. That is the first step of capability training. But before I could actually help Beth and others to do what they know, I had to answer a second question. And that question is, why don't the masses of people simply go to bed with a plan and get up the next day and execute that plan? Why don't they just do what they know? Why does Beth not make phone calls, make contacts, and follow up? She knows she's supposed to do it. The answer is that the masses of us are not mentally, physically, emotionally, and technically capable of the level of success we want to create. So the masses take the same training programs, they read the same books as the very successful. But the masses get this picture painted of a better life, income, health and fitness, relationships, whatever it is, they get a picture of a better life. And they want that life, believe me. But they do not have the required capabilities to go out every day and do what it takes to create that success. So I painted the picture of me learning how to play football or basketball or golf or tennis from a famous world-renowned athlete. Well, physically, at 53, my height, my size, I'm not capable of that level of performance and success. And there's nothing anyone can teach me to change that. That's why I'm a marketer, because we're all physically capable of marketing success. But what we lack is the mental and emotional capabilities. And sometimes the technical capabilities of getting better. So let me explain to you what this means. Mental capabilities is the ability to prepare yourself and be expectant of success. To know that when the time comes, we're going to do what we're supposed to do. We're going to say what we're supposed to say. That's mental capabilities. That we are going to be ready to do it, and we will do it with an expectation of success. Physical capabilities, there's many kinds of physical capabilities. There's preparation, and that's one we have a choice over. But there's also physical limitations such as height, speed, power, strength, that we don't always have capabilities of to do certain things, like me being a world-class football player. It's just not going to happen. But those are physical capabilities. Emotional capabilities is how we deal with rejection, how we deal with success, how we deal when times get tough. Those are our emotional capabilities, and they are essential to creating success. And technical capabilities is the ability to learn how to get better as we progress. You do not get better just because you do something again and again and again. And that's why I teach a specific strategy called the From Worst to First Improvement System that helps people get better at what they do instead of doing the same thing again and again and again. So without these capabilities, we cannot create the level of success we desire, no matter who teaches us what to do and even how to do it. So capability training is very simple. It's me answering a third question. How can we increase the mental, physical, emotional, and technical capabilities of a marketer so they get up every day and they go out and do what they know how to do? That is capability training. And so what I've done is I've learned 15 ways to control the voice in our head. I've learned 4 ways to emotionally respond when things don't go well. And I've learned many, many other ways to technically improve and even to physically improve through our health, through our fitness, through our preparation. This is capability training. It's not me teaching you another marketing system. It's me teaching you how to use the marketing system you already know. There is a formula for success, and it's very simple. It is do what you know. And as you do it, learn how to get better at it. And as you get better at it and see results, now you can learn specialized skills. Now you can go watch the superstar trainer and do what they do. Now you can get motivated for that higher level of success. But until you can do what you already know how to do, you are destined to stay exactly where you are now. You will not change by motivation, another way of stating your goals, or by learning another marketing system. You will only change when you learn how to, very simply, do the marketing systems, the making the contacts, the presenting, the asking for what you want, the way you already know how. And each time you do it, you will learn something and you will get better at it until you get good at it. And that's what I want to help you do. And when you do that, then you'll become a successful marketer. Training is useless if you can't do what you learned. And that's why the real issue of training is your capabilities. Seek ways to improve your capabilities. For many of you, what you just learned is all you need to go out and absolutely start to increasing your mental, physical, emotional, and technical capabilities. Because you now know that the key is you got to start doing what you know. For others, this is going to become just another training program and something else you know what to do, but you may not really ever get to do it. So I want to help you do it. I've created a program called the Champions Formula for Success. The Champions Formula for Success is an acronym of the word champions. C stands for control, for example. H stands for harness. And every letter of the word champion stands for a step in a 9-part formula that will tell you what to do every minute of every day to get out there and start doing what you know. Now, it is not a what to do program. It is a how to do it program. So, for example, C stands for take control of your time. And I make the case that you cannot control your time until you control your emotions. Because what you do with your time isn't about management or to-do lists or anything else like that. It's strictly about your emotions. So until you take control of your emotions, you will never control your time. And you will never control your time until you control the voice in your head. So in this training program, I teach you 3 ways to take control of the voice in your head, and I explain why that's so important. Again, I teach you how to take control of your voice so you take control of your emotions, so now you can take control of your time and use your mouth, your hands, your body, your money to create the results in the life that you want to live. H stands for harness, and I teach you ways to harness all of those other training programs and marketing systems and health and fitness stuff that you've learned in the past so that the day after you take the training program, you now are able to get up and go out and get started. I teach you to harness that. A is for ask and analyze. I teach you 3 ways to ask the right questions when you get a result, in the middle of your activity, and just before you're about to act, and analyze it so that whatever you do, you constantly do it better the next time. And I do that for the entire Champions Formula. The Champions Formula for Success will tell you what to do tonight. So when you wake up tomorrow morning, you will not only have a plan, but you will know how to get yourself ready to take action. The Champions Formula for Success comes in 4 different forms. The first is a free download. You can get the worksheets and the information that you want for the Champions Formula for Success at no cost, no obligation. All you have to do is fill out the box below and it will come to you. For those of you who would like a little more training, I recommend the workshop. You can get the workshop simply by paying this amount. The workshop is a 1-hour workshop, and it absolutely will talk you through the worksheets so you know exactly what to do and, more importantly, how to do it. In 1 hour, you will have a plan today that you will get up tomorrow and execute. The third form of the Champions Formula for Success is the Home Study Program. The Home Study Program is a 5-day version of the workshop, but it's split up, and each day you get a lesson over 5 days, excluding Saturdays and Sundays. So if today is Tuesday, you'll get a lesson Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. That's how it's going to work. The reason we split up into 5 days is because instead of taking it in one day and then being done with it, you get to learn a little bit today, learn a little bit tomorrow, learn a little bit the next day, so that over the course of 5 days, it's not just something you learned, it's something you've absorbed. But we throw in something extra. We throw in extra implementation information so that you can know more than just what you learn in the workshop. You actually learn how to do it, how to make a plan, what you can do to execute each letter of the formula. And finally, there is our personal coaching program. Now, we make the program over the course of 10 business days. So not on weekends, but over the course of 2 working weeks, you get the program broken up where each day you get a specific element of the formula. But here's the personal aspect of it. You get me as your personal coach to talk you through the personalization to apply what you learned in the Champions Formula for Success to your situation, to your personality, to your character, to your product or service, to your industry, to your specific challenges. You basically get up to an hour to work with me one-on-one over the course of those 2 weeks. And you can break down that hour into a 1-hour session all at once. You can do 2 30-minute sessions, 3 20-minute sessions, or 4 15-minute sessions spread out as you see fit. I want to help you personalize your program so you absolutely are able to tailor it to your specific marketing situation. Those are the 4 ways you can take the Champions Formula for Success.
Okay, my name is Tamika Turner. I'm a consultant with Mary Kay. I was having a lot of struggles, even though I knew what to do, sometimes I didn't want to do what I know I need to do. But then I would be frustrated after that because I didn't do what I know to do. And that voice in your head that keeps telling you, hey, you know you should be doing this, you know you should be doing it, and you didn't do it. And then it kind of paralyzes you from doing anything else because you're not doing it and your mind is kind of stuck there. So when I was taking the program and going through the different steps, each video kind of showed me, and it helped me take an assessment of me. And I was able to pinpoint different things for me personally, like my mindset. What am I thinking? What are the questions that are coming to mind? How am I talking to myself? What is my self-talk? So the two questions that came to mind throughout the program is, what can I learn from this? And what can I do differently? So that was one thing that really changed for me, was hearing those two questions. Because every time something happened, it was just like, wait a minute, this is a learning lesson. And before, I would just kind of blow through that and say, oh, why? This is crazy. Oh my gosh, this always happens to me. And then I was just like, wait a minute. Obviously, something has to be different. I'm supposed to learn something. And obviously, before, I wasn't allowing myself to get that point where I was willing to learn something. So now I'm at that point where I'm saying, how can I learn? Now I'm growing and now I'm moving, because the mental block is gone. As a result, what I am now doing is that I'm not just talking to more people, I'm talking to specific people more. The people that I used to be more intimidated to talk to, the people that I thought that I could not talk to because I didn't have anything to offer, I'm now talking to them, getting to the point, know what I want, and asking for it. And that's different. For me, I used to shy away from being, because I wasn't confident in what I had to offer. So that's what changed for me.
So I just want to summarize and get out of here by saying, if you are a marketer who struggles like Beth, if you are a marketer who understands that you know what to do, but you're just not doing it, if you've been to all the trainings and you understand everything about what you're supposed to do, but you're frustrated because you're not doing it, whether you choose the free download or the full coaching program, I want you to know that I understand what you've been through. As a matter of fact, I've been through it myself. Why have I studied this stuff for 30 years? Because for 25 of those years, I couldn't get it right. I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. I kept learning stuff and I kept not doing stuff. I kept waking up days and New Year's and start of September. Oh, I'm going to do this. This is my time. And then sometimes days, sometimes weeks, sometimes months later, there I was, just as broke as I was before. I've been able to work with quite a number of clients through the Cure for the Common Struggle. And you know what? I've never heard one say, Mark, I'm glad I waited till now to meet you and get started on this. They've all said, I wished I had met you 5, 10, 15 years ago. I could have avoided a lot of pain and struggle. You've got it for free. You've got it for this price for the workshop. You've got this price for the home study program. And you have this price for the full one-on-one personal coaching program. Make a decision today that you want to do something and be something different. Let me help you develop your mental and emotional capabilities, because those are the foundation of all of your success. Without those two capabilities, it doesn't matter what your physical capabilities are. Doesn't matter what your technical abilities are. The only thing that matters is your mental and emotional. From there, we can take you anywhere you truly want to go. Hey, my name is Mark Delaney, and I'm the founder of Champions University and the discoverer of the Cure for the Common Struggle. If you've got a struggle, I'd like to help you.
Before the program, I used to know what to do and have a list of things to do and not end up doing it. And because I felt that, because I didn't do that, I was frustrated, I was angry, and then I was stuck. But what that also brought was more tiredness, fatigue, and just that heaviness, and seeing people be places where I know I want to go and I'm not there, or people talking to me like, oh, you're not there yet, or you haven't gotten to this level yet, or you haven't done this. It was because I knew that if I did what I know to do, then I would be successful. But a lot of the fear and anxiety and all those other things set in. But as of now, after taking a program, for me personally, it's become now where it's just like I've been doing the things that I know to do on a more consistent level, and actually mapping out my plan, writing it down, what is every aspect that I need, how is this going to be accomplished, and then when I've done it, I can cross it off my list. And I saw areas where I may have been wasting time before, where is in that time where, like, say if something canceled or if there's a cancellation, I have a list of people I needed to call. I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to follow up with this person, this person, this person. And I'm making more use of my time. More things are getting done. So I have more time to have for my free time. And I'm not tired. I'm not lethargic. I'm not like, feeling depressed, because I'm actually getting those things done.